Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I am just checking in this morning to say hello and to catch up with everyone. I have not been on YouTube in a few days. There go the dogs, the neighbors' dogs. They hear my voice and they start barking, and I can tell there are some things going on in a yard kind of across the way, so they have a lot to bark about this morning. I did want to check in though. You can tell it's sunny outside today, which feels so nice after days and days of rain and a hurricane. We are so fortunate that nothing was damaged here. There are people in North Carolina and South Carolina who lost everything, and there was loss of life in just the most tragic ways. At least 2 babies, or no, 3. One was a little older, but oh, it's so heartbreaking. We've been busy though. We had a big tree to fall. I'll show you a picture of that. Well, it's not really big around, but it was a very tall tree, and it missed a structure, which is nice. It didn't hit anything. But especially Jason has been busy cleaning up, but it's just been busy getting things picked up and getting back to normal. The grocery stores in this area are still not back to normal, especially a chain of stores called Food Lion. I think their distribution center or warehouses maybe are closer to the East Coast, and people there cannot get to work yet. So the shelves here are still bare. I was really surprised when I went to the grocery store last night at how little there was on the shelves. I want to show you some spots in the garden this morning. One positive thing that came to me from the storms is that the ground got really soft, and I was able to pull some metal stakes out from a little fenced-in garden that I had. And while I loved that little space, when everything in that little space is blooming, it is going to be a long-term project that I don't want to fight with. I am, after years and years maybe of, I don't even know how to put this. I don't want to fight against something that I can't change. And I grew up in a very pine tree dense area with a lot of pine straw. It pulls on my heartstrings. There's something about it that feels like home. I love it. And that's what we have, but we also have a lot of deer, and they eat everything, all of my plants. So I've let them eat what they're going to eat from that little fenced-in garden, and I keep looking over here because I can see it from where I'm sitting. They left the fern, and I love it. They left a couple of other things too, so what I'm doing is learning what they like and what they don't like, and I'm done fighting against things that I cannot change. I spent nearly a quarter of a century, a marriage, in a house where I was constantly trying to make something what it should have been, and one person cannot do that alone. So I'm just tired of trying to change things that can't be changed. I love where I am right now in every way, but I want to show you the garden. I plan to pick up again with the Etsy shop. I've kind of been laying low with that, not really listing much lately because of everything that's going on here. You know, the yard cleanup and just recovering from days and days of rain. The last few packages that went out, I tried to get everything out before the rain started here, and I was really successful. And then I had a few more orders after the rain started. Everything is out at this point, but if there's a delay at all, and fast shipping is something that I really try to always have as a #1 priority. If there's a delay at all, it's because of the rain. Everything here was so wet. I felt like it was best to maybe wait another day before sending those packages out. So that's it.
So this little area used to have a fence around it. It's really a mess right now because a lot of these structures, like this is a base for a gazing globe that's so beautiful. We took it down before the storm got here because we did not want it to break. These are large clumps of dirt, as you can tell, soil that came from different pots, and I'm just going to spread that out. I really did not have time this past summer and spring to work out here like I like to. That said, I'm going to be making some really big changes so that it's easier for me to work out here. This is the beautiful fern. The deer don't seem to bother this. They also do not seem to bother the ajuga or the unidentified plant that came from my great-great-aunt's yard. So that, I want this to be a wooded area. That little bird is turned over. Everything out here needs a lot of love and attention right now after the storm. You can see a lot of branches and parts of trees back there where we've been working. I want the woods to be a natural wooded garden. I am done working against things that I cannot change. That's a very hard way to live. So this is going to be a woodland garden fit for the very best fairies and elves, with only plants that grow without a lot of babying and fussing. Something that I've really enjoyed this year have been these tropical annual plants. I don't always buy these, and this year I invested in just like 3 or 4 little pots. Look at how beautiful. They are so delicate, and they've made a really pretty planting. Let's see, this one's pretty too. Look at that. I just love this so much. All of this will die down when it gets cold, but this has made the prettiest planting. Well, obviously I'm back inside now. I enjoyed my morning walk outside with you and showing you parts of the garden. My work day is done. I love that. Stay tuned for some announcements about big changes regarding that as well. Thank you for stopping in. I have some new inventory for the shop that I will be sharing soon, and I will see you next time. Bye.